Hey guys, what is up? Desi here. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about a lot of things that you might not know. So, just to start off the episode, I'm probably just going to open up these chests that I got sitting here. See if we get anything good. No. 50 mortars, well. Silver chest. Just a bunch of cards, it's alright. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is the best time to gain trophies. Now, at the start of the season, as you all probably know, all these guys get reset down to 3,000, which is bad news for people who are just sitting at about 3,000, because if these guys come down, you're going to be versing people with higher cards. They've been playing for a lot longer, and it's going to be really difficult to push. So I suggest the best time to push is just before the season actually resets, when these guys are all sitting up here, when you can verse people at your own bracket, and it is a lot easier because everyone is making that final push, and everyone that you don't want to be versing is skyrocketing up to the 4K bracket, when you can just push nicely and comfortably into 3K. So that's always the best time to push at the end of the season, not the start. So just waiting a couple of days and just letting everyone balance out and settle back down. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is the leaderboard. Now, some people have been mentioning it, bringing it up, that we're sitting at rank 13 at the moment. But if you actually grab another device, like your friend's phone, your second account, your third account, whatever it may be, you'll actually see that we might be ranked somewhere completely different, or might not even be on the leaderboard at all. There is multiple leaderboards for every country, so that's why we get moved up and down, up and down, up and down, because the leaderboards are constantly being mismatched and shoved together and changed. So that might answer that question. Next one is, what's the best value for chests? Now, obviously, the giant chest is your best value. Your giant chest gives you a good amount of gold so you can upgrade cards. It gives you a good amount of just general common cards. It still gives you the chance of legendaries. It still gives you the chance of epics. But if you're just focusing on getting your commons and rares up, it's the best chest because it also gives you that big chunk of gold. Obviously, your best value for money is your super magical chest, but how many people can actually save up and get that without actually purchasing gems? Some people say, what should I be spending my gems on? Now, I spend my gems on doing things like this. When my silver chests are sitting here taking up room, because you don't normally get anything good from your silver chests, I buy the silver chests, get rid of them, which actually leaves space for golds and giant chests, as you can see here, and magical chests. Now, there is actually a chest cycle, believe it or not. That's another thing I keep getting asked. Is there actually a chest cycle? Yes, there is a chest cycle. So when you buy these silver chests just to get rid of them, you're actually pushing the chest cycle quicker. You're bringing the chests that you want into your chest slots faster, so you're getting your magicals and your gold chests. And some people ask me, are the super magical chests on the chest cycle? No, they're not. Super magical chests have their own drop rate. It's like one in 1,000, and it could take up anywhere in your chest cycle. So that hopefully that clears everything else up. Buying cards from the shop, are they worth it? Are they not? Now, the way I look at it is, when chests first come into cards first come into the shop, you can purchase them for 2 gold, then it goes to like 4, and then it goes to 5 with your commons. So if I was to buy a couple of zaps, when people request them in the donations in my clan, I'm actually going to make a profit off them. So I always pick up a couple of the rares. So right here, you get 50 gold for donating a rare. So I'm going to pick up one of these goblin huts. And now I'm not going to buy any more because I don't need the card. But now if someone asks for a goblin hut in my donations, I can actually give that, get XP and a gold advantage. So it's actually a really awesome way to spend your gold like that. That's in my opinion, that's the best thing to do. Should you buy epics? It really depends if you're targeting that card. Next thing is, yes, you can buy legendaries from the shop, but that's only if you've got a spare 40k lying around, and not many people do. But if you look at it like this, 40k for one legendary is actually much cheaper than trying to get it out of a super magical chest. The drop chance for a legendary in a super magical chest is about 13 to 14%, which means you'll have to open up around 8 to 9 super magical chests to actually get a legendary card. So you're actually going to be saving yourself a lot of money if you were just to get the coins and buy one from the shop. But that's only if you're targeting legendaries. Like, I wouldn't suggest targeting legendaries, I reckon you can build amazing and perfectly balanced decks without legendary cards. I think they're a little bit overrated. Yeah, that's my stance on it. So yes, it is worth it, but only if you've got the gold and you really want the card. My next thing is all about decks. Everyone always says to me, Desi, I need a deck, I need a deck, I need a deck, I need a deck. There is no perfect deck. There's only the way you like to play, and I believe there's a fast-paced gameplay, there's a tank gameplay, and there's a defensive gameplay, which most people frown upon. Your defensive gameplay is, your mortars and all that kind of thing, which recently got nerfed into the ground, which is good in my books. But then you got your tank gameplay, which is coming in hot at the moment with the Royal Giant and your Giants and all that kind of thing. Then you get your fast pace, which is your Hog Cycles, your Princes, your Dark Princes, your Goblins, your Minions, everything that moves really fast. And as you can see here, I am a fast-paced gameplay. I like making decks orientated around this type of gameplay. But the best thing you can do, there is no perfect deck, but there is well-balanced decks. And the best way to get a well-balanced deck is to make sure you don't get stuck in your own ways. Keep up to date with the cards that are absolutely crushing it at the moment, and don't just use, your Goblin Barrel because you absolutely love it, or your Witch because you absolutely love it. It's always good to have a card, but to keep up to date with what cards are crushing it at the moment and what cards need a buff or need some tweaking, that's the way how you move up ranks. There is no perfect deck, but there's definitely a well-balanced deck, and there is a good, or a better deck I should say, for the patch that you're in. So always keep up to date with cards. It's the best tip I can give, is never get stuck in your own old ways and just keep using one card just because you like it. Always throw cards in that are doing well at the moment and try to build new decks, and then try squeezing the cards that you actually really like. My next thing is, when I build a deck, I always do a rule, and it's do 5 games with that deck. Don't keep picking up a deck and then changing it, and then you win a game or you lose a game and you change it again. That's how you're going to go down ranks, because you need to learn how to play a deck before you can master it and move up ranks. So my theory is you play 5 games with that deck, and if you win 3 or you win 4, your deck's working for you. If you're losing more than you're winning, then maybe swap, tweak, change something at that point. But most of all, the best thing you can possibly do, guys, is to make sure you friendly battle. Make sure you friendly battle before you take it out into a live match. You always want to test out your deck with your clan mates, and that's where my clan comes in handy, because everyone's always so active and everyone's always more than happy to help you out when you're trying to test a new deck out. And I know that from a personal point of view, because I'm always testing new decks and everyone's more than happy to give me a battle and see if it works. And that pretty much wraps up all the questions I've been answering for you guys. I'm really hoping that everyone takes all this kind of stuff on board. I know it's my first video, and I'm going to be so thankful for all you guys' support. I might just jump into a quick replay, show you guys how I play, and maybe a little bit of commentating, and then, yeah, that'll wrap it up. So thanks so much, guys. Hope you enjoy the replay. I'll be back with you guys in a second. What's going on, guys? We are back, and I've chosen this replay because everyone's asking me how to beat the Royal Giant at the moment, and I feel like my deck is absolutely crushing it at the moment. So we're up against this guy here, up against Joel. Yeah, I just expect Royal Giant nowadays. So at that point, I've just dropped it. I'm going to drop the Dark Prince here to counter those barbs, and there it is, Royal Giant. You always see the Royal Giant. And guys, I will be putting out some videos on how to counter Royal Giant very soon. It's the most asked thing here. Mini P.E.K.K.A is doing absolute work on it. You're just trying to minimize the damage that he puts out on that tower there. Just going to try get a little push going here. He gets a couple of hits off, which is all that I needed. That is fine. And I'm going to let these goblins just come through here. Just resetting here, making it, the game reset, getting the elixir back. I am just ahead on him because I held off on using some cards here, and I know he has his Royal Giant, so I'm going to actually pushing the lane that he wants to take the tower on, because this is where the pressure keeps it off, because he can't split push with the Royal Giant deck. It's too expensive. So I'm just going to do a little push here, because I need to find out what cards he's got at this point in time. And he's going to clump up all this. which is fine for me. I'm going to put the Dark Prince down to counter that, and then I'm going to have to zap these minions here. I'm splitting out my units to move it away. Got the miner here to counter the princess, which is an awesome counter. I'm so thankful I got the miner. Then I'm going to do a little push here. Forces him to use a fireball on that, and that's what goblins are awesome. They pull out the cards that you guys, the higher cards that a lot of people use in their deck, especially with this Royal Giant that you guys that use the Royal Giant have. Resetting once again, you know, keep in mind that this guy is a little bit higher than me. He's got just a tad higher cards. Level 9 Royal Giant comes down, and then we've got the Mini P.E.K.K.A, got the Dark Prince to get that splash behind. I've then frozen. Freeze is another awesome counter to the Royal Giant. I've put the miner in there to suck away some of that Inferno damage and to get rid of that princess. I'm not really focusing on the miner to get damage down on the tower. He's just a little tank for me, which is awesome. The tower's getting real low now. I know at this point that I can't take another Royal Giant hit, so I'm gonna have to go for a push. I'm gonna get rid of this Inferno tower as best I can and get some of them to slip past here. And the miner is absolutely tanking everything. He holds off on the fireball, but the goblins just slip through with the spears. And I don't think I was able to hold off another Royal Giant push, so that was an amazing. It even caught me by surprise, but I thought it was an awesome replay to show you guys. So yeah, that's it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed my first video. I will be putting out my series on the how-to videos very shortly, but I figured that this would be an awesome video to start. It's got a lot of things that you guys have been asking me questions about. So I really hope that you guys can keep up the support, hit a like, hit subscribe, do everything, all that good stuff. And I'll make sure to get these how-to videos out soon, where I'm going to be talking about how to counter cards and pros and cons of every card in a short 2 to 3 minute video for you guys. I'm really hoping that it'll help you guys out a lot. So thanks a lot. Peace out, guys.